Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So it is a new Odeon opening day. Very weird of a title, but there we go. So this is my new cinema that was a Cineworld has now opened as Odeon. And then I've inputted a little bit. That's what the outside looks like. So it's only the first week it's been open. It's only been open a few days, and I went to my first screening there. I have, with the help of my wife, as she's got a discount, I have already bought a year's membership. Cost effective wise, the cinema I was going to, it was 20 minutes away. The cheapest ticket I could get was $6.50. It worked out £26 a month, not including travelling and everything else, and coffees and stuff like I used to get. Whereas this, it's on my doorstep. It's almost over. I think it works out about £14. It works out about £13 cheaper a month, so I can use that extra money for treats and that. But I bought a whole year's membership, and obviously with my wife being working for the NHS, she gets blue light discounts. That saved me a big bunk. Now, obviously, when I went in, I will show some more footage now. And there we go. So it's to give you kind of, it's still not fully furnished. When you go up the stairs that used to be where Starbucks is there, that hasn't been furnished. It's tightly gone off. I think it's going to be like a posh bar or something, whether it's to people's liking. Where the sweets and ice cream was, there's now just a seating room area. And where the first 4 screens are, that's cordoned off, so they're not open. So only 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are open. There's loads of booths. So it's a bit like a McDonald's. If you've ever gone in there, they've got these screens. You can click on it, and that's how you get. I don't mind it. It's in the centre there, and there's a few little, not much place to sit around. The other side of the list, you then have all the drinks vendors. You have all these machines. I like the fact there's a signs on the outside that says Costa. I'm not a Costa fan, and the Costa is actually a machine that you get it like at a side of the road. So I'm like, why you would have that in there, I don't know. Hopefully they, to be honest, I would have got rid of that, but it is what it is. And then you have where the counter would be behind there, you have bar, and you can order food from the machine exactly like McDonald's, and you can get stuff from there as well, which I thought was quite interesting. The portion sizes, what I saw people had, and it looks like they are bigger than what you used to get at Cineworld. From the nachos was a big triangle dish that I saw someone have with 3 pots of sauces, which you only got 1. The popcorn was like that, whether that's super large or not, and drinks and stuff. So that wasn't too bad. I thought overall it's improvement. Obviously, there's still more to go, so we shall see how it goes. When I went into the screen, it was screen 9. It's normally a small screen anyway, but they've actually cordoned off more of the area. So when you go in, where you have the area where the stairs, where you come into the thing, there's only stairs up, seats above it. That's been cordoned off, so you only have one specific area. Screens look like they've been redone, which looks really nice. You now, instead of going up the centre aisles, it seems the aisles are always at the sides. For me, I always liked the aisle being at the centre, because then I used to have the seats at the top of it, because I have loads of leg room because I'm a tall guy, and then you're right in the centre of the screen. Unfortunately, that ain't going to be a possibility unless I'm always on the far left hand side or right hand side of the screen. So I chose a seat, and there's far few seats as well. So this is the interesting thing. They've upgraded them to reclining. It is what it is. You fit about 9 or 10 seats per row, and I think there was like 6 or 7 rows, whereas I think there was more than double the amount of, there would have been a double amount of seats in Cineworld. Levitch, they're quite nice and spacious, and recline, obviously, so that's comfortable. You've got loads of space, and you kind of have barriers because it's each section steps, and you have kind of barrier in front that you're never going to interfere with a person in front of you or a person behind if you recline or sit up. I think that's great. Gives people more space, and if you are of a bigger build like I am, it means it's a lot convenient for you. The only kind of downside is obviously because there used to be loads of seats, you'd have quite a bit of space. I always like having quite a bit of space. Now you kind of all more in together. Each place has kind of a swivel little table, which kind of reminds you of when you're at school a little bit. I can understand it with having kids and stuff there. I mean, when I go to my other cinema that I was going to, had big side parts on the chair where you could just rest stuff and then a cup holder. I think that works better in my opinion, because you've got plenty of space. You can put your drinks and it's sunk down into, whereas there's no turny bits or anything. There is that, I say, and because of the fewer people you can fit into each one, it is quite more crowded. So there are fewer tickets as well. So this is where I did notice that Karate Kid, I think it's the second day it came out that I saw it. Now, there are only, so there's still half the cinema to open. There's only 3 films they're showing, and obviously it's a new cinema, so everybody's going to go to it. I understand that. As time will go on, it will calm down. And I kind of understand it from a business sense that, say the old cinema had 1,000 seats. They probably didn't even fill half of those seats at any one time, even if it was probably a popular film. Maybe like when Barbie or one of the Avengers movies were out, maybe they would be almost packed. But most of the time they don't. So I understand them. Why don't we reduce the seats and make them more comfortable? And then that kind of entices them. I mean, the price per ticket, I think, is between like £7-8 up to £10-11. So it's not too dissimilar prices from what they used to. I think there's a cheap night on the Tuesday. Luxe, it's a Luxe cinema, so I had to get the higher unlimited one. But as I say, I got money off from my wife. I think I got 50 or 60 quid money off from my wife's thing. So that helped me out. As I say, I think it works out about £14 a month, which I was paying £11 a month with Cineworld. So £3 more a month. It isn't a big loss on my side of things. Plus, I hopefully get to see a lot more movies. So it's very interesting. I say it wasn't a negative experience. I enjoyed the movie. You would have seen the reviews out for Karate Kid. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun movie. I look forward to watching a few more. As I say, when all the screens are open and all the facilities are open and more, there's more space and I get to see more films and I go different times, I think I will far more enjoy, even though there's less seating. I think that won't be an issue as time goes on. And I look forward to taking my wife and son to see a few films, and we'll get some food and that, and I'll see how good the food is. But are you an Odeon user? What do you think of Odeon? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. Obviously, new cinema open. It's on my doorstep. It's a 5-minute drive. I am not going to complain at that. And then look forward to more reviews on the channel. Otherwise, I've been Screen Time, and I shall check you in the next.